How are we doing, party people? So today is day 28. It's the end of the second week of the second block, and we've got conventional deadlifts. We're going to go for a triplet 290 at hopefully like a 6. We'll see how it goes, basically. I have been thinking since yesterday and since Tuesday especially with the deadlift, and just looking back at my old form, and it's just tough, man. Because I can look back at my old deadlift form sumo when I used to be lighter, and it always was just like a bunch of quad. And I felt like I could really utilize this kind of just like driving force I had. And I think I've lost that. I think I've lost this sheer output into my quad. So I don't know. I don't know what to do with that really. Part of me wants to just make Tuesdays like a sumo variation deadlift, see if I can rediscover that, because I don't know what I would do for my variation of conventional. I mean, if anyone's got any ideas, please feel free to share them. But today it's the triplet 290. We've got 333 pause count bench at like 200. It's really not anything, and then a few variations. And then tonight I've got homemade carbonara by my brother, which I'm looking forward to, and then we're off to comedy, which is going to be great. I don't think there's really much to discuss when we get to the end of the week. You know, all the big fights and stuff were at the start of the week. I don't know if the bench and the accomplishment that I achieved yesterday is really set in yet. I don't know. I guess I just immediately have gone, well, there's now more work to do. Maybe I need to get better at, you know, actually being happy for myself when I achieve something. But for now, it's a really cool achievement to have. I just don't know if I really appreciate it at the moment. And it's a really sunny day. So I think it's time to go and make the most of it by going and sitting inside a hot, sweaty Pure Gym. Looking forward to it greatly. So I'll see you in there. Catch. So we've got 290 on the bar now. We're looking for a triple for this. My back tension's feeling a bit weird currently, just like not present. But this final week of the block, which means I'm going to send this for a triple, regardless of RPE. So this is going to be fun. That's why we got angry music on. That was a lot of head pressure at the end there. Damn. Ooh. That was all kinds of lightheaded there. Yeah. That felt nice. To be fair, I was just fighting the entire time to keep that bar like back. It kept falling out in front of me, which was really annoying. But yeah, no, I enjoyed that, to be fair. It was nice to just, like, I never would have been able to do that in sumo. Like, the second the bar moved away from me, it would have been game over. I wouldn't have got off the floor. And here, like, that bar can basically try and run away, but it doesn't matter. I can still brute force my way through it. And I really enjoy that. It's nice to actually be able to just go, instead of, oh, is my technique perfect, otherwise it's not coming off the floor. It's just a case of like, don't give a shit if it's not good enough, just go in. I can just brute force my way through that. That's a lot of fun. All right. I'm not going to do any back offs because it's final week next week. So what I'm going to do instead is just go straight to bench, I think. So I'll go set that up and see for that. There we go. Right. I'm now warmed up for bench. My warm-ups were 100 kilos, 180, 200. Nothing else. No bar, no 60, no 140. Just 100, 180, 200. And now I'm going to bench this for a triple variation paused. Let's get it. Well, that broke some scar tissue in my hand down. That hurt like hell. At least it keeps my hands baby soft. Alright. I'm just going to do some close grip back offs and then accessories. Now for accessories.
It looks like you could fucking eat me for breakfast, mate. Like, I'm not a fucking small guy. Like, this is bullshit.
When you and I stand next to each other when we've both gone gym, I do look like your dad.
It is. It's like a dad and a fucking happy son. Except I'm bigger than like 95% of people. It's just fucking. It's ridiculous.
In both finance and size, I'm part of the 1%. But yeah, a little bit of a different.
Well, yeah.
That's staying in. No. So slightly bit of a different outro. That was Riley, my best mate, the guy that I live with. He was the guy who spotted me for the 252.5 last episode. We've also got Gio in the kitchen by her own accord. I just want to state that. So that is the end of day 28. That marks the end of the third week of this taper block. I think next week the only lifts I'm pushing are for a 300 squat. I'll make my mind up about whether I want to go for something stupid on the bench. Just like, cool, 260 touch and go. I'll see. And then 300 for a triple on deadlift, I think is like the final thing I want to slam. That 290, oh my God, the amount of head pressure I got made it really difficult to tell whether it was an easy RP or I was about to pass out. But besides that, man, it all went well. Accessories were a little bit rushed because my partner's here. Well, she was stood outside the front door calling us going, where are you? And I was like, at the gym. To which she replied, I'm about to wee myself. So we've had to cut the session slightly short. So if I'm looking small, blame it on my partner, and I will never forgive her for this. Maybe. But anyway, yeah, that's the end of day 28. I'll see you all for the 300 kilo squat start of next week, episode 29. Be there or be small. Catch.